This week at Chateau de Bruges, Graham, Jake, Danielle, Curious and Merlin are joined by a returning student, Sacha. Watch us continue the renovation of the Louis room, as well as starting the renovation of our first floor corridor. We also cook and look after 7 more Chateau guests, all with brand new camera angles. We really hope that you enjoy the video, and if you do, please consider leaving a like and a comment. But if for some bizarre reason you don't enjoy the video, do us all a favour and keep it to yourself. Hello and welcome back to another Chateau de Bruges video. It's Monday, which means work is going to start again. We're back to normal in terms of renovation. So lots more going to be happening here in bedroom 5 Louis room, including things happening in the ensuite here. As you can see, the walls looking fantastic where Dad's plastered them. We'll need a gentle sand, as well as lots happening in the bathroom as well where the shower is, as well as work happening in this space here. We do have lots of plans now to start work in our east facing hallway, which is the hallway right down this end. The reason we didn't start yet is because obviously we had those guests last week, but now we don't have any guests in any 3 of these rooms for some time now. Work is going to start in here at refreshing this space. As you can see, there are a few areas that we're not so proud of when our guests do arrive, so it's important that we get this done before the season. The plan is to have a few different panelling squares up on the wall with some beautiful mural wallpapers in them, and of course a nice light airy colour as well. So loads of plans, then none of them are fixed in stone just yet, so we're likely to put a time lapse on and do a lot of trial and error before we actually start ripping wallpaper down and putting things back up. So yeah, let's crack on. Very quickly, before we start, there's someone I've got to reintroduce that you're going to see a lot this week, and that is Sacha. He's back with us for another year to help us and of course improve his English once again.
Hello, I'm Sacha, I'm back. Last year I did the paint, now I will rip off the wallpaper.
We're raring to go, we're going to get a time lapse on, and yeah, let's start.
Let's go.
So, work begins in the east-facing hallway, and first things first, we need to measure up and visualise where the panelling is going to go for the wallpaper. Now it's important we do this first so we can send off the measurements to the wallpaper designer before we spend the next 2 days stripping the wallpaper. As with a lot of things I do, permanent or not, perfection is paramount, and therefore the Lascaux laser level comes in handy once again. We really didn't have a set size in mind for this panelling, but we knew a rough shape and we hoped that we'd know it when we saw it on the wall. So the 4 areas on the wall in this corridor for panelling have all been drawn up, they've all been measured, and essentially in these spaces where we're going to put panelling, we're going to have a nice large warm woodland and flower scene with some peacocks as well. Now we haven't actually sat down with the wallpaper designer yet to figure out what sections are going to have the peacocks in, but essentially they'll be somewhat looking like this and looking fantastic in at least 2 of the 4 panelling areas. So follow me down. This is number 1 to the left hand side of granite, that's Sacha's room at the moment. Got number 2, which is just to the right hand side. You will see here that we've actually done the width of the border of the panelling here just so we can visualise it. Number 3 here for all of our measurements and our kind of guesstimates for how much we need for all of them. And again, number 4, which is down here. Now 3 and 4 are the 2 that you see first when you come into the corridor. So one of them will have a nice large colourful peacock on it, not fluorescent. And the other one will just have the woodland scene that's behind the peacock as well. So it will look a little bit like a mural rather than it being a repetitive wallpaper. So looking forward to getting them up. We're going to start stripping this hallway. So we're going to have to say goodbye to these measurements, but we did just do it to visualise the space. We knew that the wallpaper was going to come down, so before you say, you should have drawn them on after you took the wallpaper off. We know that, but we were just trying to visualise how they would actually look so we can send the measurements to the wallpaper man. So yeah, let's get stripping, your favourite bit.
By the way, the peacocks are white.
Peacocks are white, not colourful or fluorescent. Danielle's a designer, not me. Stop asking me to do these things.
Possibly albino, I don't know.
So Sacha has the satisfying job of being the first to pull on the wallpaper that had a leak in the past. Here he goes. Whoa. And down it comes. No. See the bit that got wet peeled off nice and easily, but here he comes. Looks like it's going to be difficult wallpaper, Danielle. Of course, Merlin always there to lend a hand. Merlin loves this part of renovation.
Definitely up there with one of my least favourite jobs, but in reality, when we were doing this job, we realised there's not actually that much wallpaper left to strip in the entire chateau. And if stripping the sticky wallpaper wasn't bad enough, the clean-up mission was even worse. Right, I'm going to do it. Where's that?
What do you think of the state of the hallway, Danielle?
A mess. Sure.
name is that? One, two, three. Straight up. Yep.
Well done.
Yeah.
Gritty teeth.
Oh, cramp. Got a cramp in my hand. Ready? One, two, three. Pivot! 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 Okay. One, two. Pivot!
Oh!
Pivot!
You're reversing.
Pivoting! Ah! Easy. Okay, so you may be able to see just where we've had the shower tray down, we've drawn around where the waste would come out, and you can just see on the edge of this floorboard a very faint line. It kind of just proves to us again how important this little shelf was. This is 100mm deep. If you can imagine this waste trap was 100mm closer to the wall, it would have been right above that beam, which is it's a big beam and you don't really want to be cutting much out of it in order to fit the waist in. So really glad that we put that in, and it's helped move everything this way 100mm so that the waist can run in between the beams. So yeah, good planning.
Well done. Well done. That was hard.
Alright.
So I'm going to have to go to you a little bit so I can just get left this from, get it on its flat and
Get that corner in.
even if you have to step on the muck,
Okay.
do your best. I'm not sure how you can have to do it from the middle or
I don't know, I feel like when I pick that end up, I hope that if I put weight on that side, that end should.
Okay, give it a try.
I'll try.
Is it?
Yeah. God!
Oh my god. Well done.
If you can.
Big old Coke can, isn't it?
Up we go, 3 floors into the loft to install a new water heater. And no, this isn't what Jake was talking about when he mentioned new camera angles.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, let me just get this. Top one. Yeah, bottom one's in. Okay.
Yep.
You don't really let go.
So this is the hot water tank for bedroom 5. We're hoping that's where, well, that is going to be a family room, so I wanted a tank that will do at least 4 people showers, so it's a good sized tank. I have all my plumbing, as you saw me run for bedroom 4, in place, so I just had to run pipes from the manifold to here, so easy peasy.
Back down a couple of floors to bedroom 5, Louis room. Lots of decoration prep to do in the bathroom, consisting of sanding, filling and caulking. Still, Sacha and Jake put in a good shift this week to get the majority of the hard work done. Well done, guys.
Okay, so still doing lots of decoration prep here in the bathroom for bedroom 5, and as you can see on some of the walls we've already got some rather large surface cracks that are cracking the paint. So the thing that we found best to do and what we've been recommended to do is to really dig out these cracks to make sure that there's a nice deep crack to then refill. But before we refill, Danielle is then going around and painting in a product called Peel Stop, which is from Zinza, I think. And essentially it's like a PVA paste that you can then paint straight on top of. and it just helps to seal that gap and stop it from continuing to peel the paint off. So that's what we found worked well in the other rooms, so that's what we're doing in this room.
Okay, so lots of prep work done in the hallway because we're on a bit of a time constraint now. We have guests on Friday, booking out all of the rooms again, so of course we've started this, we sort of need to get this a little bit more presentable by Friday. So we've started to patch up some of the holes, we're going to sand it and then give it a quick lick of white paint, just so it looks a little bit more presentable than it is. We're going to head to bed 5, I'm going to show you exactly what's been going on in the bathroom there. So it's all very busy in here also. We've had Jake and Sacha sanding down the walls, the woodwork, the windows to make sure they're all ready for paint as well. And in here, what have we been doing here, Graham?
So this week we've put the shower tray down, that's all been put on the cement base, so that's lovely and secure. We finished the plumbing for the shower in there, so that's all tested and ready to go as soon as we've tiled. And the sub-base floor has gone down, ready to be tiled straight onto, so my work here is done.
Yeah, on to the decorating team, I think.
Good afternoon, it is Thursday afternoon and we are back in the Chateau de Bruges kitchen. That's because again we've got some more guests coming to us this Friday night, which means we are cooking for them, which means I am going to be making my infamous white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake. Just a few things to note before we start. I've washed my hands, got a clean apron on, there's no doggies in the kitchen, and I've got my hair in a ponytail. So I've ticked all the boxes, ready to prepare my dessert. The last thing I want to show you is I'm also going to be wearing a GoPro. I'm going to be wearing a GoPro on my head so you can see in first person exactly how I'm preparing this dessert. Hope you enjoy. Take note everyone, meat on the bottom shelf of the fridge. Of course, abiding to our level 2 food hygiene and safety for catering certificate. Seven, 8. Okay, that is it. That is the whole process from start to finish for the white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake. As you've probably seen from a few clips from the GoPro, I've got a fair bit of washing up to do. So yeah, leave me with that and I'm sure I'll flip to something new now. That was a weird ending, but yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it. All right, say goodbye. So in the dining room, not normally where this happens, but a little bit of an easier space for today. Dad has been busy for the last hour or so ironing 4 rooms worth of bedding.
Master of all crafts, me.
And Danielle has just been preparing the towels ready to go into the rooms. And of course, Merlin has been keeping a keen eye on everything that goes on in the chateau. I've had to turn the music off to video that, and I'm aware that I'm disrupting Dad's boogie, so I'll leave you to it and I'll turn the music back on.
Good morning. Friday morning in the kitchen. We have 7 for dinner this evening, so I'm about to start prepping for that. So we're having tomato and basil soup with homemade French bread rolls for starters, followed by lemon and garlic herb chicken with gratin potatoes and garden vegetables. And for dessert, we've got Jake's scrumptious cheesecake, which you saw in last week's video, because that's always a favourite with a guest. So busy day of cooking today. About to start with the soup, so let's go. So as you can see, once again, the new kitchen design works perfectly, giving me plenty of space to do everything I need to do, whilst also making sure everything is within grabbing distance. So all going well so far in the kitchen. The tomato soup is made, the bread is proving in the bread oven for the rolls, and the gratin dauphinoise potatoes are in the oven cooking. So that's about as much prep as I can do for now. Later on this afternoon I need to prep the main course and the vegetables, and Jake's already done the dessert. Easy job.
I'm ready. Mamma mia.
So the guests are here, they're all settled in their rooms. We're about 15 minutes away from service. Everything has gone to plan so far, so I'm just waiting now for them to sit down and we can start serving the starter. Homemade tomato and basil soup for starters, topped with croutons, chives and a swirl of fresh cream. So the starters are out. It sounds like the guests are enjoying their starters, so that's a good start. I'm just going to start with the final preparation for the main meal until the team give me their shout that we're ready for service. Mains consisting of juicy lemon and garlic chicken thighs, accompanied by creamy gratin potatoes and seasoned garden vegetables. And finally, Jake's white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake, topped with raspberry sauce and grated white chocolate. Yum. So, I've heard so much about it, thought I'd have to try it. Very nice.
Good.
So that's it for this evening. Guests have gone to bed. We've relaid the table ready for breakfast tomorrow, which is at what time?
8:30.
So we'll see you then.
Good night.
So there we are, another week done here at Chateau de Bruges. Our guests have enjoyed their breakfast and they've just left us this morning, which means we've got a few rooms to clean. And I've got some editing to do, but we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, Danielle.
Please make sure you like, subscribe and click the notification bell.
And Dad.
And we'll see you next week.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.